Today we're taking a look at an absolute certified Mardu banger. We are talking about this Mardu Reanimator deck, and with the new Brothers War that just came out, we got a ton of new enchantments and artifacts that we're going to talk about, which is why we built this deck around Brilliant Restoration. If you guys don't know what this card does, essentially it allows us to reanimate every enchantment and artifact from our graveyard to the battlefield at a single time, which is absolutely absurd, especially with our deck, because we're going to be flooding the graveyard with cards like crazy. We've got things like Fable the Mirror Breaker, Cemetery Trespasser, Cemetery Tampering, the Elder Dragon War. These things all discard things from our hand or mill things from the top of our deck and floods the graveyard with a ton of cards, which our entire deck consists of enchantments and artifacts. Some of those new enchantments and artifacts I wanted to talk about were things like Painful Quandary, Portal to Phyrexia, and the last one is Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. With the Painful Quandary, your opponent's going to be paying 5 life or discarding a card every single time they play a spell, which is insane. Portal to Phyrexia, everyone's favorite card. Basically, it sweeps the board. Essentially, you get to make your opponent sacrifice 3 creatures, and then from there, every single turn you get to reanimate either one of their creatures or your own creatures back to the battlefield on your side. And then of course we got the big worm with a huge body and lifelink tied to it. This deck is absolutely insane. We had a blast playing it. This video was absolutely absurd, so I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. But before we jump into the gameplays, there's going to be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. And in the meantime, down below, there's a full deck list in the links. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, we post videos 5 days a week. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff helps out an absolute ton. And I would greatly appreciate it. With that being said, though, guys, enjoyed today's games. We'll see you at the end. Peace out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you guys came here looking for some memes today, you came to the right place. This is going to be an absolute certified banger. This is gonna be a certified banger. We played this deck quite a bit. We played it live on stream the other day, had a ton of success. It is insane. We're gonna be doing some Brilliant Restoration stuff here today, and let me tell you guys, we go off with this thing. We fill up the graveyard so quickly, and we fill it up with so many things. I mean, we pop off with this Brilliant Restoration like we never have before, man. We're able to pull back just the most absurd and obnoxious amount of enchantments that you've ever seen. I mean, artifacts as well too, but let's see. We're gonna kick things off here with the restoration. We'll pay, it's fine. This thing is a 2/2, and it says that let's see, it says if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead, and then you can pump it to give it 1/1 to the end of turn. All right, something to keep an eye on, something that can pump itself up. But thanks for watching today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It should be a good one. I think you guys are gonna, really enjoy this. But yeah, it should be a blast. Let's go ahead and ramp up to our Brilliant Restoration here. Let's go with kind of want to go with another one of these. Again, just ramping to the Brilliant Restoration might be the play here. Even if we only get 1 card back, if we only get the, the portal back, it could honestly be worth it, because we could end up sweeping up their entire board with that. So we'll see what we can do. Plus, we can end up stealing their own Flesh Gorger, which we run in our own deck, and that could change the pacing of this game quite drastically. So let's see if we can pull this off, man. It's going to be tough, but we have a lot of ramp incoming here, so see what we can do. I have a big 3/4 body coming in next turn too, which can help me block things like that Yawgmoth. Unfortunately, the Phyrexian, it has the menace, so I can't really do anything about it. We're off to a pretty good start here, though, man. I'm telling you. Down to 10, though. Not ideal. They are definitely drawing cards here because of the life that they've been gaining with the Phyrexian, so there's no point in not to. All right, we got a couple reunions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but one of them will be tapped, so there's no reason to drop a land here and ramp that way, because we aren't going to see any value in return off of it. So let's do this. Let's drop the second reunion here. Okay, that's something. I like that a lot. Do we go with the Iganjo here, drop this next turn, bring this back? Oh, I think that's going to be actually fire. hold on here, guys. This might actually be a really good turn here. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this land here. We're going to go ahead and drop in the restoration. And next turn, we will sack both of these. Actually, let's sack one of these now. Let's sack this right now. Attack in with the architect. Kind of a complicated turn here for sure, but we're going to figure this out. So we attack with the architect. We create a spirit, which will help us block even further. We'll end our turn. We'll probably sack this one as well. And then this should be really fun, because what we're going to do is we're going to use the Iganjo's second ability to drop probably a land here, bring back a reunion, and discard things like the Painful Quandary. That way we get an even better Brilliant Restoration. This is going to be really nice. And again, we have the portal coming into play, which is going to sweep pretty much their entire board as long as they don't play another creature here. I'm hoping they don't play a Shieldred. That could be a problem. That could really honestly be a serious problem. So let's hope for the best on that. All right, that's fine if that's their main thing. I get that back, so the more the merrier on that. There's no Shieldred. I think we made it out of this one alive, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have a really good turn here. Okay, so we could take 6. I'm probably going to block here because it can get pumped up, obviously, 3 times. We don't want to see that, so let's just chump block that. Let's chump block that. All right. And Yawgmoth going to draw them some cards here. This is going to be tough, though. We are down to 4, which is not exactly a healthy amount of life total, so things are going to get a little crazy here. If I can kill their whole board, though, and get back their own Phyrexian on my side the following turn, it could really change the pace of this game. I'm hoping we can pull that off. Obviously, an Invoke Despair would be pretty unfortunate, but we'd only take 2 from that, I think. Well, are we going to get a creature, actually, this next turn? Yeah, this will turn into a creature. Okay. Yeah, I think we survive an Invoke Despair. I'm just trying to do all the math in my head and see if whether or not we get through this. They're definitely grinding me to a dust right now at the moment. And that changes things quite a bit. Gosh darn it, that changes things a lot. That gives them a 4th creature that they can sacrifice, and they can save their Phyrexian from... They can save their Phyrexian. That's unfortunate. Taking damage from it is not what I wanted to do. All right, so actually, hold on. That actually might work out really great. Let's do that. Let's do that actually, and then go here. Drop this. Nice. We get a land that's not going to actually hurt me, because I need 4 white sources without pinging me, and I found it here with this land. I wanted to save the Iganjo. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and restoration now, and now hopefully if they stack this correctly, I should be able to exile the Tenacious Underdog, and then the portal goes off. Yeah, perfect. Boom! Let's go, dude. Huge, absolutely huge. All right, not ideal. Those are some bad draws there, but all their things are actually dead, and I have the portal down, which means I'm going to be able to take back their Phyrexian, give it haste next turn, attack in, and we'll be right back into this game. Can they deal 4 damage to me? That's the big question. Shieldred doesn't get it done. Shieldred doesn't get it done. Invoke Despair doesn't get it done. This is good. This is good. Shieldred's fine. It's only 2 damage. It's only 2 damage on the draw step. I am nervous though, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I could be forgetting something here. The pace. This is intense, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, please. I guess I did that a little too early, didn't I? It's fine. It's It's fine. I did that a little too early. That's my bad. I don't know why I thought I already drew a card there. Okay, that was a bit of a mistake on my end. All right, so Circle of Confinement, probably the play here. Take out the Shadow. That way they can't block the Fleshbringer or Flesh Scourger, which means they're going to have to block the Architect if they're going to block it all. And then if they do block the Architect, I have the Seat of the Empire. So this should work out nicely. Oh, okay, they don't even block. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I wish I would have done that differently. I gave haste way too early. Do I go for card draw here? I don't think that's a wise decision. I could fill up my graveyard though with this. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we do. All right, resolve. Yeah, I completely misplayed that turn, but at least we're back into the game. We're back up to 9. I'm feeling a lot better now about this. This is fine. I just wish I would have attacked him with both Architects there, but ideally we won the game, so we're in it to win it. Let's go. GG's. What a fantastic way to start the video off. All right, that was weird. My game completely crashed there, but I'm back. I'm back. Anyways, that was a crazy first game, man. Going against that mono black deck, we barely survived that. I'd say we got out of there a little bit on the lucky side. Keeping this hand for sure. We've got a lot of ways to sort through our deck here to figure out what we want to discard and draw. So I'm definitely keeping this. That was a really fun first game. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm hoping to get some, even bigger and badder Brilliant Restorations off. We'll see what we can do though. See what we can do. Oh man, I'm really enjoying this deck a lot. It's kind of crazy because reanimating one thing's for getting in something cheap, like you cheated in a big creature for a reanimation spell, always feels really good. But man, when you're cheating in 20 cards at once, there's literally nothing like that. Literally nothing like that. Awesome. We get a black source finally, which we can play our Fable, drop this, and hopefully we top deck another really big banger here that we can drop. That'd be awesome. But it is nice to have the Fable too, because obviously the treasures are very key to getting down the restoration quicker. You hate to see the Delver come down though. These are not the types of decks you want to be playing against. These counter everything tempo type decks, because if they counter the restoration, we're in trouble. Let's hope they don't have an answer for that. Obviously they're looking at this like they have maybe a Fading Hope. It's definitely a possibility. They didn't find a spell. That's good. Delver did not transition over to the 3/2 flyer, so we're okay for now. Gotta get this graveyard filled up. I need a top deck here that's gonna be pretty solid. I need like a portal. What do you know? What do you know? I was gonna say I just need something big that I can throw away here and get full value maxed out on this Fable. Touch of the Spear Realm, huh? Let's attack in and see what the opponent wants to do. They're not gonna block here. That'd be kind of silly on their end if they did. Let's get that going though and see what they want to do. All right, we may actually get 2 treasures out of this deal, which almost never happens. If we get 2 treasures out of this, then we're definitely going to be able to resolve this Brilliant Restoration like way early. 4 or 5, 6. Yeah, we can get it out next turn potentially if the opponent allows us to attack one more time. Dissipate. I'm glad they used it on that and not my Brilliant Restoration, but who knows? They probably have another one, I would imagine. God, I hope not. I really hope not. All right, the opponent doesn't find another spell again. That's good. Might be just a bunch of mana they're drawing into. Super helpful. Bank Buster. Oh, if they tap out here to draw a card, I'm in heaven. Let's go. Come on. Tap out. Tap out. Tap out. Come on, guys. We need this. We need this. Please tap out. Oh, they don't tap all their mana. That scares me. That absolutely scares me, man. All right, we get a portal, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but it's not coming down anytime soon. The opponent has, the priority holds thanks to the Bank Buster. I don't know what to think here, guys. I really don't. Obviously, we have to attack, though, to get that treasure. And we can kind of decide from there. Okay, they're down to 1 mana. The only thing that could possibly blow up our game plan here, the only thing would be a Spell Pierce. What are the odds of a Spell Pierce? That's the question. I think it's very slim to none. So I'm gonna pull the trigger on this, guys. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Get this back into the graveyard. Hopefully finding another Brilliant Restoration would be pretty awesome. They sacked their Delver. They have no creatures now to work with. I have another portal in the yard. Nothing else, though. So we're going to be stealing their Delver. I wish I could have got more value out of that next turn, but it's not a big deal because they're going to have to pay 5 every time they cast a spell. So Painful Quandary going to shut them down here. This game should be pretty much over. I would imagine they're going to scoop here after reading this because that is not an effect that you're going to get around very easily. Yep, there it is. You know what's funny? I've had more people read that card and then scoop than any other card I've ever played in my life. I really don't blame them either. It is not a fun card to play around. All right, feeling good, ranking up, loving it, loving it, loving it. We're doing a good job too of getting these Brilliant Restorations off. I was really scared though, I'm not gonna lie, of a counter spell from the opponent there after we saw that dissipate. And when you see a Delver down there, so I'm glad they dropped those Bank Busters. That was very sketchy. Opening hand here is actually pretty solid. We can actually get super tricky here because we have the Bitter Reunion. We drop the portal to the graveyard, right? We draw 2 more cards. Then we go Restoration, and on Saga 2, we can actually drop a land and get back the Bitter Reunion if we sack it. So this is actually pretty solid. Let's keep. This could end up filling up our graveyard quite a bit pretty fast. We'll see if we do it right and if they don't disrupt our plans, of course. Drop the portal, draw some cards. Wow, you think we got enough lands, or I think we're good on lands here, game. We only have 1 more basic plains too, so the Iganjo gonna hit that last land, so we should thin out the deck quite a bit here. I mean, what do we do here, guys? What do we even do here? That's crazy. All right, so let's put a stop right here. That way we can sack the Bitter Reunion. And then when we sack it, we can then discard a card from hand, bring that card back. Make sure to put a stop here, though. I think that's the way you're going to have to do it. Oh, wow, they threw away a Farewell. They're going to regret that. That is a card that would be very, very good for them to have. I definitely think they're going to get us, though. I mean, look at our hand. There's nothing we could have done about this. This is not our fault. This is not, you know, from our misplays or anything. This is just bad luck. We had a pretty good start, too, with the opening hand that we had. It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. All right, now we take the stop off. Okay, so we drop that. We get back that. Take your pick. Pick your poison. I guess we drop that. Oh my goodness. Just when you thought maybe it's over. Maybe we're done getting all this nonsense. Touch of the Spirit Realm is pretty cool. I think I'm actually going to use it in a more unique way. Because they're running a bunch of tokens here, what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm actually just going to use its flicker ability to blink the 2/2 goblin instead of stealing it with the 3 mana. We're only going to pay 2, flicker it, and it'll be gone, and it will also go to my graveyard, which means I can get it back later. So I think that's the best way to go about it. Pretty annoyed right now, I can't lie though. Pretty annoyed. They've got so much mana on board to work with too. They've ramped pretty well here. Drawing a bunch of cards. Good, fair enough. They got all the colors of mana that they would need, I would imagine. So we should be seeing our opponents. Well, actually, they might be short on 1 color here, if I'm not mistaken. We may want to drop this off just in case there's a way to get it back next turn. I don't see a way that that's possible, but yeah, I mean, that's all that we that's all we needed to see there, guys. We're done. This game's over, unfortunately. It just is what it is. Nothing we could have done. I can't. I genuinely can't believe how much lands we have in our hand right now. This might be the worst I've ever seen as far as the flood goes. This might be the worst I've ever seen. It's all good though. It happens. Floods and you know, floods and droughts both happen. You know what I mean? Happens to everybody at some point. I would like to get this Seed of the Empire off on the reflection of Kiki Jiki. So hopefully they, well, there's no way they attack actually. That would be pretty silly. All right, let's hope for something big off the top here. That's big. Okay, you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. We got one more turn, guys. One more turn. If we can somehow get that portal on the battlefield, I'm starting to change my mood here a little bit because this might work out. This might work out. That was a great top deck. But I mean, when you thin out your deck that much, you're bound to draw something, you know, decent. So I'm glad it was that. I was hoping for that or the Elder Dragon War. Elder Dragon War is a fantastic pull because you can discard your entire hand, and I definitely would have done that. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Now they're going to be able to cast spells for complete free going forward because they're going to be able to bring back that blue enchantment, which is absolutely busted. All they got to do is sack the Kiki Jiki too. I wonder if they know that or if they're going to hit their own Amirius Call, which would be a mistake in my opinion. Let's hope for the mistake. If only they had like a Titan of Industry in their graveyard I could bring back with my portal, but it can't be helped. All right, they got 3 mana to work with here. Oh, never mind. They're using some of it to exile. Okay. Okay. I don't think there's anything I can do, unfortunately, about this. Nothing at all, because we can't exile enchantments, which is a bummer. All right, we need we've got all the white sources we need, so this is fine. Yeah, it's fine. All right, let's get this all back onto the battlefield. Let's I just realized I just drew more land, by the way. That's absolutely absurd. All right, let's go ahead and take you. All right, finally get an Elder Dragon, which is great because I can, you know, like I said, discard my entire hand, which will be helpful. The opponent does not have a creature in the graveyard. We do not either, so our portals are not going to do us any good at the moment. I don't see how we can win this one, guys. The flood that we hit as early as we did was bummer enough, but now the opponent has all the colors they need, and they have their best enchantment on the battlefield resolved. So they're going to be able to cast free spells from their hand, and if they're things like Kami War, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Nice little farewell action. Another Brilliant Restoration is interesting. Does this resolve? Maybe not. Maybe they have counter magic. That'd be a bummer. Level 2. Send it all away. We got to get a fresh hand here, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh hand. And I think Fable is the strongest play here for us, because if we get the Fable into play, we can discard 2 more cards next turn, bang bang, and then we can also play this, I think, and also play this if we get the treasure. So plus we might draw into the land too, so it's a potential possibility. Is this worth going in now? I think so, right? I think so. Get that treasure. Now what's in the graveyard? Just 2 of those, right? 2 Bitter Reunions. Yeah, 2 Bitter Reunions. About to be a Painful Quandary and a Touch of the Spirit Realm, which doesn't hit anything. Is it even worth hitting a restoration off this right now, or should we just play out the Painful Quandary right now? I don't know. They played Drag to the bottom, sure. Briefcase, that's a lot of card draw. We can actually exile that, so now we actually have something worth playing the Touch of the Spirit Realm on, because we don't want them drawing all those cards. So we will be playing the Brilliant Restoration. I don't know how we're still in this game. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know how it's still going on right now. The fact that they had this resolved for as many turns as they have, I don't know how they haven't run away with this thing. This card is broken, guys. I'm telling you. Absolutely broken. This hasn't really gotten much value out of it, has it? All right, 2 cards. You and you. Go. Another Brilliant Restoration. All right. So if I play this, this leaves me with 2 mana and okay, perfect. Well, doesn't exactly help though, does it? Because we didn't draw into another enchantment or artifact. Yeah, it doesn't help that much at all. Let's just hang on to it then. Let's drop the first Brilliant Restoration and let's hit this. Take this and we'll sweep the board, which feels good. Love that. I mean, guys, we're doing some stuff right now. It's kind of crazy. All right, we get a lot of really good things here now. Let's go. This is going well now. This is going well. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Let's play it out. Let's just really pray that the opponent isn't holding on to a farewell. That would be absolutely unfortunate. But if they do have a farewell, let's think about that actually. If they do have a farewell, they are going to have to do enchantments, right? So that's something to consider. By the way, I know I did just elect to play that cemetery tampering instead of giving this haste, but I think that was the right call in my opinion. I really do. They eat 5 damage. They're probably just going to gain it right back here though. Yeah, gain 5, and then they're going to destroy artifact. Or an oh, they can go artifact or enchantment. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to get it right back. So by all means, please, please destroy whatever you want to destroy. I would have preferred the other one. Yikes. All right. Surprised, man. I'm really shocked that they did it that way. Really shocked they did it that way. Got the Phyrexian in there, which is super helpful, but would like to see maybe another portal. A portal would be good. Is there anything worth bringing back for them? I don't think so. I think we're chilling. Ooh, another cemetery tampering, huh? All right. Drop you, and you. There's a portal. That's pretty sweet. I can't lie. That's pretty sweet. Do we drop that now? I mean, seems pretty legitness. Gosh, I don't know. It's got to be the move, right? It's got to be the move. There goes their Titan of Industry. There goes their 2/2. I'm getting in for 4. I'm still holding on to that painful quandary. Guys, we might win this game. We might win this game. Holy cow. How many cards do I have left? 20? We don't have the greatest graveyard right now, though. It's just kind of crazy. Painful quandary. All right, so they are going to kill my 2 creatures on board, but, you know, reflection comes back thanks to the, you know, restoration. So by all means, that's fine. And I'm getting their Titan. I'm stealing their Titan, and I'm blowing up their stuff. So this is actually going to be so good. This is going to be so good. Actually, I don't get their Titan. They actually get it back because of their stupid little enchantment on the field. I completely forgot. Reflection of Kiki-Jiki comes down, which kind of throws everything for a loop now. Dang it. That actually is such a bummer. They take the quandary. Okay. Yeah, I don't get their Titan, man. Oh, that's such a bummer. Such a bummer. Okay. Well, their Titan is going to come in and actually screw up my game. I wonder what they're going to blow up. I don't think we can win now, guys. The more and more I'm looking at the board state is so bad because this stinking Sister's Call. I didn't anticipate the Kiki-Jiki coming in as the creature this turn and getting him that Titan back. That was something that was definitely an oversight a little bit there. So there goes my portal too. I mean, doesn't get any worse than this. Doesn't get any worse than this at the moment. I do get to bring in, though, my Phyrexian Worm, and I could swing in because I have the ability to give it haste. So, I mean, there's always that. There's always that. Can that catch him off guard enough, though? I don't know. Well, actually, it could, because they have the touch of the Spirit Realm now in the graveyard, which I didn't anticipate. That's really good. So if we do this, we have plenty of mana to give haste. Yeah, we do. This is game. I think we got it. I think we got it, ladies and gentlemen. Touch of the Spirit Realm, take you. It doesn't matter. Let's get a land. And let's get another land. Sure. GG's. I cannot believe we actually pulled it off, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. Wow, what a game. What a game. My goodness. I can't, dude, let's just really think about that for a second. We had like 20 lands in hand, right? And then the opponent got down pretty darn early this new blue enchantment that gives them free spells. They had all 5 colors. Like, we should not have won that game. That is crazy, the resilience we were able to show off there with this deck. That's absolutely wild. GG's. All right, looks like we got time for one more game. Ooh, that was fun. That was fun. That was so intense, man. I wish we could have stole the Titan there. That would have made things even more fun. All right, we got a really good hand here, I think. We got some lands to work with. We got, you know, our 3 mana graveyard type spells. I am worried, though. The opponent goes first. Going second here might be pretty bad for us, but we do have a sweeper for any sort of aggro decks, but going second, by the time we get to turn 4, it's going to be over. So we just got to hope for the best here, that they're not too aggressive. If they're not aggressive, we could stay in this. It all comes down, I guess, to the matchup, right? There are a lot of bad matchups for this hand. Aggro being one of them. You know, obviously mono blue is always pretty bad for us. Tempo style decks. All right, what's taking the opponent so long here? But anyways, while we're waiting for the opponent, I just want to say thank you guys for watching today. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I hope you guys have been having just as much fun as I have these last couple of days. These last 2 videos have just been an absolute joy to make. Honestly, it's been so much fun. These things have been so cool too, man. So cool. New subscriber. That's that sound that you guys just heard. It was a new subscriber. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that. All right, let's go with let's go with this, and then we'll go with the springs. Yeah, that works. All right, so it's looking like aggro, so we might not be able to get there. Also, this type of aggro, they grow their creatures over time, which means they're going to be out of range of the Elder Dragon Sweeper. At least the Initiate is for sure. But we get a second answer here, which is fantastic. That's actually really good. Okay. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a tiny chance here. Okay, not so much anymore. Not so much anymore, huh? All right, maybe what I do here, guys, because I don't want them to ramp, right? Do I care if they ramp? I don't know, man. I just don't know. Maybe we blink this. Nah, I don't think that's smart. I think we got to actually use it next turn. Got to use it to steal the Kodama. Dang it. Yeah, going second against this aggro deck is going to be an absolute nightmare. Not going to be able to keep up pace, unfortunately. Not at all. They're going to be left over with a 3/4 body, even if I, you know, drop the Elder Dragon War. Well, maybe I could just drop it down as a 4/4 dragon and look to block something, but then I am susceptible to some sort of removal, maybe some sort of Brutal Cathar effect. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. What's the smarter play, do you guys think? I think the smarter play here, if I'm being honest, is just to sweep the board, because it's a more guaranteed way to deal with one of their creatures as opposed to me getting a 4/4 body. Yeah, it might stop them from attacking with both, but there's a chance it gets removed and then they just swing through anyways. So we're gonna drop the Elder Dragon War, burn them up a little bit, take out the Intrepid Adversary, hit them in the face, and then also it allows us to, you know, discard some cards out of our hand next turn and hopefully find some better options to deal with this. All right. Excuse me. I am not feeling so great today, but working through it. Ugh. I save all my napkins from lunch and stuff because I just, my nose is not, you know, it's always allergies for one, but then I'm sick on top of it. It's tough. I wish I had more lively energy for you guys today. I do apologize. I am super stoked about this this video. I just unfortunately not feeling the best. Okay, this is not terrible. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's okay, I like that. Let's get down the Phyrexian here. Again, we're in a position here where it's like, what is the wisest decision for us to make? I'm not sure, because if I go for the Elder Dragon War, we sweep up the Initiate, right? Which is great. And we're only going to take potentially 3 damage here. If I play out the Phyrexian and they remove it, they have lethal. So I feel like I have to go for this, which doesn't feel very awesome. I'm not going to lie to you. But at least it keeps us from lethal unless they have a way to pump up the Kodama with 2 1/1 counters, which is a possibility, but a lot less likely that they have that than they do removal. Did that make sense? They've got to have some sort of Fateful Absence or Brutal Cathar, I would imagine, and they steal my Phyrexian, take the set, or no, the 3 damage, then they, you know, just hit me for 5 and it's game over. So at least this way, I think it gives me the best odds of survival. We'll see. And then by next turn, I'll have a 4/4 dragon coming in and I can drop down the Flesh Gorger. So cool. I'm still alive. That's the most important thing, right? All right, let's do it like that. Okay. Okay. Get a little 2-for-1 this turn. Awesome. All right. So we're going to go ahead and play the Restoration and get our last planes. And then we play out the Flesh Gorger. And now they're going to need to have double removal effects here to win the game, which very much could be the possibility here. They've been holding on to cards like crazy. So what? There's nothing from the opponent on this turn? Okay, well, now we're just looking really good. I love this little combo we can do where we get that back for the turn right before we drop the Restoration and drop another enchantment. It's so good. All right, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take this. Submit 0. There's the scoop. Oh baby, let's go. Sorry I got quiet there at the end. I wanted to make sure I did that correctly. Oh man, that went really, really well. Did we go undefeated? I think we did. Holy cow. What a freaking video this turned out to be, man. Anyways, we'll see you guys for the breakdown now. That will conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to break the deck down and talk about it a little bit more in full. But before I do so, I want to give you guys a huge shout out if you made it this far into the video. It helps out an absolute ton. So I got to thank you for that because the YouTube algorithm just loves that and the watch time and all that good stuff. So thank you for that. And I do appreciate it. With that being said, let's take a look at today's build though. What a fun deck, guys. What can I say? A brilliant restoration deck is always going to be a fun deck for me. These are my favorite kind of decks to play because anytime we can do, you know, those haunting voyage type of effects where we just throw every single card from our graveyard back onto the battlefield at once, I'm a happy camper. So brilliant restoration, my kind of card. And of course we got some great new effects that I wanted to throw into the graveyard. Painful Quandary being the first of those things. This card, you know, I saw this thing and fell in love the moment I read it, man. This just sounded to me like one of the most busted things you could be doing. That on top of that, we got Portal of Phyrexia. sorry, this started out as a 2 of in my deck, but moved up to 3 pretty quickly because it, you know, not only sweeps the board up, which is insane, but being able to reanimate your opponent's creatures back to the battlefield under your own control, they don't really like that too much. This thing was pretty awesome, man. I thought this, you know, anytime this was in the graveyard, most of the times when we reanimated, we won the game, and it was solely because of this card. The other card, though, that really helped out was the Flesh Gorger. This one, because there was a lot of times that we're building up to the 7 mana that we need for the Brilliant Restoration, which is pretty tough to do. We do have ways to generate treasures, obviously, which helps, but getting to 7 mana nonetheless, very hard to do. So Flesh Gorger had to be in the deck because typically we go down to, you know, whatever, 5 life at the end of the game. Flesh Gorger comes down, we give this thing haste with a card we're going to talk about in a minute, and we get that life right back. So this was very, very important to us getting back into our games. Also, there's a really cool combat trick that we learned off video, unfortunately, but thanks to our live stream posing the question, we can actually play this for its prototype side as a 3/3, and then we can actually blink it with this Touch of the Spirit Realm to flip it back over to its 7 powered side, which is really, really nuts. Very cool card. And then we had to, of course, fill the graveyard with cards, and I needed to make sure I went absolutely above and beyond on this part of the deck because I wanted to make sure that my Brilliant Restorations hit for just absurd amounts of cards. So we have a lot. We have a lot to go through. We have Bitter Reunion, a very cool card. It's brand new. It allows us to discard a card and then draw 2, which is net positive for card advantage. So I love that about this card. So we discard a very particular card, like let's say Portal, to the graveyard. Then we get to draw 2 cards, which is great. Helps us find the Brilliant Restoration. And then we can sack this to give everything haste, which is really cool. Very helpful in the late game. But what's really nice about this too is we can actually sack it, and then you saw us do some combat tricks with the Restoration of Iganjo, where Saga 2, we get to discard a card like, let's say, a land, or even in this case, like a Portals of Phyrexia. We discard the Portal of Phyrexia, replay the Reunion for free, discarding, you know, or whatever, a Painful Quandary, and then we get to draw 2 more cards. So this little combo between the Restoration and the Bitter Reunion, absolutely insane. Talking about things to discard, Fable the Mirror Breaker, the Elder Dragon Ward. These 2 also discard a bunch of cards from our hand. Obviously, we know how Fable the Mirror Breaker works, but Elder Dragon's a card we don't see too much of, but being able to discard your entire hand is nuts, especially because of that one game where we got flooded. This was able to fix our hand very, very easily, being able to just, you know, redraw essentially 7 new cards. And then Cemetery Tampering, very, very good. I probably should have added a 3rd one in here because if this gets down early on turn 3 and we're not being pressured, it can fill up our graveyard with the most crazy amount of you know, enchantments and artifacts you've seen. This is definitely the way you can get the most value out of your Brilliant Restoration, but we didn't get to see a whole lot of it today because I've only splashed 2, but it is what it is. And of course we had to have some removal along the way, so we had Circle of Confinement as well as Spirit Realm, which again, Spirit Realm offers that secondary ability and mechanic. But man, it was so much fun, guys. Let's not forget to mention too, if you ever wanted to touch the Spirit Realm, you know, you could discard it, you know, exile it, blink a creature in or out of the battlefield, but it also blinks artifacts. So if you discard this, you can blink your Portal of Phyrexia, sweeping the board again. So that's actually really nuts too. But anyways, really fun deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this one today. I know I did. We're gonna be back again tomorrow for another one, but before I get out of here, as always, a huge shout out goes to the Mardu Mob. Of course, Mardu Mob, this one was for you guys because we love playing Mardu around here, so we named our membership program here on the channel the Mardu Mob. These people help support the channel through their monthly memberships, and I gotta make sure they know how much I appreciate that, and I gotta give them a huge shout out at the end of every single video. So thank you guys so much for everything you do for me. I do appreciate it, and thanks for everything. I really, really mean that from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, guys, that'll conclude today's video. We'll be back again tomorrow, like I said. Hopefully I'll feel a little bit better, but probably not because I gotta wake up early for work. But anyways, until next time, guys, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. When's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.